Hi, it's Jean with Kept in Stitches, and it is time for my week in review. So, welcome. Come on into the Stitching Cottage, and let's see what I have been able to accomplish this past week. First up, we released the maze block for our block of the month that I am sharing in on my YouTube and Facebook group. And the block this month was the Slipknot block, which is this block right here completed. That was included on Wednesdays. It's tip demo time for a demonstration on how to construct that block. So that was accomplished this week. And I am trying to stay ahead on getting the last half of the year completed and done ahead of time. So I will be totally ready when it comes to the first Wednesday of the month to release those during its tip demo time with a little demonstration on how each block is constructed. So that is where you will always find the information for those coming up. And then also this week, which just on Thursday, which this is also a little bit of the part of what did I receive in the mail, because I could not wait until today to share that with you because I wanted to get started on the project that I purchased the fabric for. And that fabric was these beautiful Dog Days fabrics that are included in this quilt that will be Stitch's dog quilt. I started basically cutting it out and getting it prepared and ready to share while I did my stitch tips and chat on Friday morning. And this quilt top is now done for Stitch's dog quilt, and it has one more row down there. I believe it finishes out at about 40 by 52, if I remember correctly. But the top is completed, and Whip must be a little jealous. That's him that just hit the tripod again down there, as his is not started. It's all cut out. It just has not been started to be pieced yet, but his will be the same as this. It'll just, this fabric right here will be different. The background fabric on his will be blue instead, so that they are distinguishable between Stitches and Whip. And yeah, just the information that's on the front of that. But it is all stitched, ready to go. This is the backing fabric that is already cut and ready for it, as well as the batting. And we have the binding prepared and ready to go also. So I will be putting that on my domestic machine and quilting it that way instead of on the long arm. I normally, on ones that are a bit smaller, do on my domestic machine instead of the long arm, just because I have so many to do. So rather than load a smaller one on the long arm, I can have a larger one on the long arm at the same time that I have one that I'm doing on the domestic machine. And that is how I work that, to be able to get a few more done more quickly, even though I am so far behind. And then the other thing that I am working on, Whip wants to say hello. There's Whip. He says, Mom, I want to make my presence known. I need some attention. So we will give him a little hug. We will put him down and get his collar out of his mouth and try and get him to settle down. If he runs into the tripod, I'm sorry, he's a little riled up right now. But the next project that I have been working on, trying to get ready for those that are doing the Sweetheart Rose counted cross stitch stitch along project, of which we are going to be making a needle book with that when it is complete. And I have got the pages of mine complete. I have stitched on the spine for that. I have the button on the front and the back for it to be able to have the closure on it. And then the pages are semi ready and planned out, but which this will flip over for needles. So we have that ready to decide on what other embellishments are going to go on there. This will be a little floss holder down here, and of course that will flip open also for the needle book. For needles, the entire thing is the needle book. And then we also have this page, and as you can see, each one I have included a little place for needles. And the way that this is done is you have your 2 layers, of course, because you have to have the batting inside, which these are not attached yet because they need to be free as you work your embroidery slow stitch embellishments on them. They're just pinned together right now, so they're not all flopping while I share that. But what I did was I got them all laid out together, and then I made sure they were all on there nice and flat and in line. I folded them, pressed them with the iron so that I knew they were all centered, and then I took 2 at a time first and stitched all the way down the middle, and then I layered them together and stitched all the way down the middle to have them all connected. And this little piece down here I flipped so it is sewn in that seam, so it is attached. And then of course all of these are sewn and attached that way too. So that is how I prepared all this to get ready to do all of the impromptu embellishments and whatever it is that I decide to add to that, which this will be the front, the rose that is actually behind me in the chair there, as that is what I have been working on today. So it is in the chair in the hand stitching corner over there. But when that rose is completed, I will decide how that is going to go on the front of this cover. And I have a few ideas for what I may be putting underneath there and around there. But that is coming along, and I will be sharing more of that in more detail tomorrow morning during my live stitch talk, because that is when we work on handwork, and I will have that. So all of those that are doing that stitch along will get more information and more details on that they've been waiting for. And of course, here is my little container of all the goodies that I have pulled to go through and decide what I'm going to use while I am stitching and adding the embellishments to that. And that, other than doing a lot of reorganizing on the shelves and a few areas in the cottage, that is still ongoing. I've been moving things around. I've been reorganizing, trying to make more room out here. And as I'm doing that, also deciding on some of the things I may be putting into my de-stash. So that is starting to be a work. Yeah, I shouldn't say work in progress. I already have enough whips, as you know. The best one, of course, is the one that was bothering me a little bit earlier, and that's okay. Never a big problem on that, except when he decides to shake the tripod and the camera goes, I apologize. Oh, and I forgot to remind you all that the book that both Stitches and Whips quilts are being made out of were taken from this book, Just 2 Charm Pack Quilts. And it says, slash your stash, and there are 16 really awesome quilt patterns in there, which I did share a link for that on Friday's live if you are interested in seeing where you can get that. And I will add it again in the description box below on this video as well. So now it is time for what did I get in the mail? And there are several things here that I got. I am new to discovering soft touches. Let me make sure that I'm getting that right. Sometimes I want to say it wrong, but it's soft squares. I always want to say soft touches, and it's soft squares. That is Lynn Coe's little shop and her YouTube that she does. But I have been ordering, I was going to say a few, but a little bit more than a few things from her lately. And the first order that I have that I received from her, I got these two little patterns, Sugar Dish, and this awesome one, which is called the Atomic Starburst. So those are beautiful little quilts. Well, I don't know that they're little. The patterns are little. And then I have started collecting the 3-yard quilts from Fabric Cafe, which she does carry those on her site. And she did have a sale that I was able to pick a few of those up cheaper. But this is the Fast and Fun 3-yard quilts on this one. And that kind of gives you an idea of the quilts that are included in that one. And then I also picked up this from Annie's Quilting, the book Quilts to Make in a Weekend, which has 9 time-friendly designs in that. Love the one on the front. Isn't it beautiful? And that gives you an idea of some that are in there. And I will be leaving a link for Lynn's soft squares in the description box as well. But that was the first order that I received from her. And then this next one is a little bit larger, which this is stuff that she has a live every Monday night. It is, what time is it? I think it's like 6 o'clock my time. I think 4 o'clock her time. She is from out of Utah, so that is mountain time that she comes on at 4 o'clock, I believe. Every Monday night has a live that she sells stuff on during that live. And her husband is always with her, also helping out with that. But this is what I got from the live sale. And we will open that and share. Which, let me check for sure so I do get this correct. Right. Which, if you ordered $20 or more on that live sale, which she has different things going on in each one, always something different, you received this Creative Grids ruler that has her site on it, soft squares. It is a 2 by 6.5 inch ruler. Comes in very handy. But that was, you can see the soft squares there, but that was free for ordering $20 or more that evening. And then the other that I got was this cute little heartbeat pattern. And everything she sells on that night is well, it has been, I'm not sure that it always is, but at a discounted price. So it's a great time to get on if there's anything that you are wanting from her. And then I also, and I hope it will show, got this white on white with the stars background on there because I needed a little bit more white on white fabrics in my stash. I don't know why, but I did. So that was from that live sale. And then I also, at the same time, was curious because she sells what she calls a goodie box. So I was curious as to what you would actually receive in one of her goodie boxes. And it says, oh, goodie box. It is heavy and it is stuffed full. So let me share with you what came in this box, which first of all, right on top, one of the awesome mini 8x8 wool pressing mats, which, I mean, you know, it is thick, very nice, comes in very handy if you are someone that has to sit at your desk area once in a while and have to press small items. Comes in very handy to be able to have right there by your sewing machine, especially if you're a content creator like me. Really comes in handy. So that was awesome to receive in there. And then there was these non-slip adhesive rings that you can use to put on quilting, scrapbooking, fabrics, and they are clear. So no slipping. There's 15 small ones and 15 large ones in there. And there was this cute little counted cross stitch kit included in there. Really cute, the little turtle. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the comments. This does not say exactly what it is, but my guess is that it is for holding bobbins. That is what I would use it for, and probably bobbins that I would pre-wind with thread that I am going to be using on an embroidery or a cross-stitch project is what I would put in here, so I could put it right with that project and have it handy. Not sure that's what it's for, but that's what I'm thinking it is for. It might be for needles or something like that that you could also use that way. But, and of course, we'll get these out of the way. We have to have some little snacks. So little bit of candy that was included in there as well. And this, I'm just going through the smaller items that are in here right now, but there was this magnetic stick-on measuring tape that is in there, and I can see that coming in very useful. And then there is also, and I think you are all familiar with, I don't want to untape this, I'm just going to grab and show you what's in there. But you're all familiar with the little clippies that we use. That's what's in this bag, a bunch of the little clips like this. And you can never have enough of those, too many of those clips. You can never have too much fabric. You can never have too many of the clips. And then there's also this box of the beautiful flathead pins that was included. And now, drum roll, are you ready for this? Talk about fabric that is in here. And I forget. I did have that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I believe there's 12 fat quarters in this roll. I mean, just check that out. And all coordinating beautiful fabrics. So, and I believe, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that's 12 fat quarters right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. Yes, 12. Okay. And then this beautiful fabric, which end up holding upside down, that is a 1/2 yard cut of that fabric. And then we have, this was a little bit over a 3 yard cut of fabric, this wonderful stripe border type fabric, but you can see, yes, a lot of yardage on that. Which matches the other fabric, of course. And then there was also 3 yards of this beautiful gray fabric included in the goodie box. So Lots of fabric, right? And then there is also this little pocket calendar that was included. What does it say? It says, my soul is fed with needle and thread. And look, it's the colors of my cottage. Awesome. And I do have some of these on my vehicle on the back. And this is one of those stickers you can place most anywhere that you want. And it says, love to quilt. I will probably be adding that to the rest that are on the back window of my vehicle. And then there was this cute little by the chimney mini pattern. Really cute, really cute. Doesn't take a lot of fabric. That is one that I will definitely be making up. Cute, cute little quilt. And this happens to be one of my favorite pattern designers, and they are based out of Bemidji, Minnesota. And it's the Red Button Quilt Company, and it's Little Red 12. Cute little pattern. There's 3 different little patterns there, and they always have a red button included in their patterns. So that was also included in there. And then we have this ranunculus applique pattern for a pillow, or you could use it on a t-shirt, have it as a little wall hanging, a table runner, anything that you wanted to put it on. But it is a cute and easier than what it appears pattern. So that is everything, a lot of stuff, right, that was included in that goodie box. So I will be putting that all to good use and putting it back in there so I know where everything is and don't misplace any of it. We will try and get it back in there so I can still close it anyway. Oops. I should put that in first there. Get that to fit back in there. But yes, I mean, that is one full goodie box. We'll definitely in the future be getting more of those because it is different every single time. So that is everything that I got from Soft Squares. Then I also had an order from Fat Quarter Shop come in. And it was from there. They get me every time on their flash sale because it's not anything in particular that I'm looking for, but I always go and look to see what is on their flash sale. And sometimes it's stuff that, oh yeah, because I do so many different things, there's usually something that I will be able to use in some way in my stitching cottage. And the first is the Threads That Bind sampler panel block. And there are 3 of these panels in there. There is the beige, there is blue, and there is rose, a deep rose pink. Beautiful. But those are in there, and I will be using those in some of my slow stitch projects is my plan for them, or journal covers, that type of thing. But I got those from that flash sale. And then I got this layer cake, Let's Create. It is a Riley Blake one, and it has a lot of scissors and stuff, a little bit of sewing notions on there, or like scrapbooking, that type of thing. But cute. Very cute, and of course marked down. So, and then I like how they packaged these, which then I got 4 of the charm packs that they had on the flash sale. It's called Sunrise Side, and of course it's the red, white, and blue. You all know I do a lot of charity quilts for veterans and the veteran expectant mothers, so I use a lot of the charm packs now, and that was a great price on that, so got 4 of those. And I believe that is everything. That's quite a bit, isn't it? But now we need to concentrate, because the last time I said that, that stuff was already ordered. I have one more order, I believe, to arrive, I'm thinking. And then I will be, except for ones that are monthly subscriptions, I will be done with things that I have ordered. And my goal is to, yeah, cut way back on that now, because that is why I have spent so much time this week reorganizing on the shelves and everything in here, trying to find more room for everything that I have. So I can't bring anything more in until I complete some of the stuff I already have, because there just is not room for it. But stay tuned for a D-stash soon coming from Captain Stitches. But thank you, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed seeing what I have worked on in the Stitching Cottage this past week. Whip is getting excited, so we will pick him up again so he can also say goodbye to everyone. But thank you, everyone. Really appreciate all of you that join in on my lives and watch my videos, enjoy what I do. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. But if you would like to help in a small way, support my channel and also get in on some great perks and things that I do with my membership, the Stitching Friends, you can check that out by clicking that join button below. There are several things that I like to do with that group. So check it out. Come and join us. We have a great time. And I will see you Monday morning right there in the stitching corner, working on some hand stitching during our Stitch Talk at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. In the meantime, everyone, take care and remember that I can keep you in stitches. Bye-bye.